Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon. I am back at the tarot table after a break yesterday. I spent the day with family, with Tess and Tom and their dad, and they're all doing very well, settled into their new home. Very happy. I do miss them all, of course, but people need to move on and make lives for themselves. So obviously very good that they are managing and thriving, not just surviving. I'm going to get the giggles. Anyway, so I am rejuvenated. I'm back. Hope all of you Irish or Irish connected or viewers had a happy St. Patrick's Day yesterday, and I'm wearing a somewhat green outfit in belated honor of the occasion, and I have the Wandering Star Tarot out on the tarot table today. We're going to do a little 5-card reading. Look at this rather funny story that Neil Sean has come up with. He's been going on about concert plans. One of the stories that he came up with that the Harkles themselves might be planning a rival concert in Montecito. That seemed pretty mad, pretty wild story, but of course many big names have turned down invitations to perform at the coronation concert at Windsor Castle the day after the actual coronation. People like Beyoncé and Chris Martin and Adele and Elton John and various others, Ed Sheeran. I did a reading on that. It was reading number 90, and there did seem to be some substance to that story. Of course, it's just being tarot and speculation and gossip. They did seem to be, those stars seem to be turning down invitations to perform for the royal family, but out of some feeling of loyalty towards Prince Harry, as far as I can remember that reading. It's on the Royals playlist, this current year's playlist, reading number 90. Now Neil Sean has come out with another, dog's talking, another concert story. He is quite senile now, quite suffering from senile dementia, so he does shout. The latest story that Neil Sean has about concerts is even madder, really, that allegedly Harry and Meghan, as part of their negotiations of the roles that they wanted to have at the coronation, all this back and forth apparently going on, was that they wanted to host the concert out at Windsor Castle because they thought that they had the star power, and if they were hosting the concert, then those big names that have so far turned down invitations to perform would show up. So rather an amusing story. I want to know more about this. I want to know how Harry and Meghan feel about this. I want to know how the royals feel about having Harry and Meghan actually present the concert. Can you imagine? The concert that I am now calling the concert in Central Parkle. And I'm going to get the giggles again. And then I want to know also how the public would react if Harry and Meghan showed up on the stage to introduce those big names. Would there be jeering and hissing, or would the public burst into rapturous applause? And this is why we're reading with the Wandering Star Tarot, one card of which has now leapt on the table. You can see my Irish green. And had to fetch those off the floor. We got one more shuffle, and then the final question of our five card reading is: Are we going to see the Harkles there on the stage or in the audience? Are they going to show up for that? It might be an opportunity to bring some very young children along, but we all know what happened with Prince Louis at the Jubilee concert. He did get a bit of a sugar rush, sugar overload. And Catherine had her hands full with him that day. So interesting to see if Meghan would be brave enough to try the same. Last time children seen out in public with her was that weird polo match where she wore that green tent dress and a rather limp Archie dangled in her arms for hours without moving. Very mysterious. Very, very, very. We got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting card that came up in a previous reading recently. That's our underlying energy, and it is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Hard at work when it's upright, wasted effort, not going to happen when it's in the reverse. Let's take the other cards out of the way. Somebody who is trying too hard at something or too lazy, not committed enough. And I would say that the royals are going to turn around and say, when ideas like this are floated, well, you haven't put in the hard work. So why on earth would you be allowed to present something as prestigious as this? Basically, have all the glory on that day when you haven't put in 1% effort, and now you want 99% reward. Doesn't add up. That's what I'm getting from that Eight of Pentacles. And let's remind you, it's just tarot, it's for fun, it's entertainment, it's opinion, it's reading on archetypes, it's reading on energy. Disclaimer in the box below. So let's see the situation, the actual reading, the situation. Nine of Pentacles. Funny that the same cards are coming up as I read with in a very recent reading. And I'm blank about what that reading was about now for some reason. But the Nine of Pentacles is independence. And I don't need you. I'm okay on my own kind of energy. But it has this kind of Harkles are over there in the United States, independent now from the royal family. They've got their own money. They've got their own status, their own prestige, their own income. And we don't need you. It's rather an aloof attitude, actually. It's rather a follow-on from that Eight of Pentacles. Didn't put the effort in, which is our underlying energy. Didn't put the effort in with the royal family and have gone off and focused on their own, feathering their own nests, making themselves very comfortable. Thank you very much. Focusing very much on money and status and not duty and dedication and commitment and hard work. So that is the situation that we're dealing with. But they basically went rogue. I'm going to use that word because they did basically go rogue when they exited and to set up their own rival court in the United States. So their attitude, the Harkles' attitude to this concert and their desire to host the concert, tell us about it. And again, it's almost as if I'm getting the same reading. And I did shuffle, and I really did shuffle, and cards went flying on the floor, and I shuffled again. The Tower, they want to bring the House of Cards down. And I'm reading on that next today. This is a frivolous reading, although it's turned out not to be, with that card where a bolt of lightning strikes the tower, the Windsor Castle. It strikes Windsor Castle and down it goes. Windsor Castle has already had a rather devastating fire many years ago when the Queen had that very difficult year when Charles and Diana divorced and there was that fire and all the rest of it. That's the Tower. They want to bring this whole show down. They really do. This is the energy of the card. I'm reading on energy. I'm speculating for fun, for entertainment, and I'm going to look at this energy. I had already decided to do the reading. The next reading today is going to be on that desire to bring the whole House of Cards crashing down. But that is the intention. That is what they're up to according to the tarot, according to these cards, on the energy that they represent, the archetypal energy that they represent. How do the royals feel knowing that this is what Harry and Meghan want? What is the royal feeling about this proposal over my dead body? The Star in reverse. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're trying to steal our thunder with that Star card in reverse. You're absolutely not going to be the stars of this show. The King is the star of this show, and his direct heir and his heir, and so basically the Waleses and all the ones who have put in the effort. You haven't put in the effort, so you are not going to be the stars of the show. You are absolutely not going to be the stars of the show, even if it means that the stars who are aligned with you and who do not want to commit to the British royal family don't come along. That's fine. We can find other people to perform, and more loyal people. We don't need you. You're off over there on your own. You want to bring us down, according to the cards. This is how I'm reading the cards, my opinion. And so, no, you are not going to star in. It's a big card. We're getting big cards here with the Tower and the Star in reverse. You are absolutely not going to star at this thing. You don't deserve it. You didn't do the work. So how would the public respond? This is purely hypothetical, just for fun, because we are reading just for fun. How would the public respond if Harry and Meghan walked out on the stage and said, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, here are the Harkles, the Parkles, to host the concert. The Queen of Pentacles. It's on the face of it a very supportive card. But we have a Queen of Pentacles in the crowd. We have a legitimate Queen of Pentacles in the sense of Catherine, who is the authentic Queen of Pentacles, who is now, I think she is the most popular royal, as far as I can remember from the polls. There's so many that have been, the results have been released recently. I'm not getting booing and hissing, because they seem quite restrained, the crowd. But I'm getting a sense that this is the person who should be, if anybody is going to walk out on the stage and host the concert, this is the one that they want. This is the one who's loyal and devoted. It says loyal, and charming and wise. She is the good wife, the Queen of Pentacles. She is the earth sign princess, queen to be one day. She is the person who has put in the hard work, who has been loyal, who has been devoted, who has been kind and generous and supportive of the royal family. And this is the one that they want. So I'm not getting bad behavior. I'm not getting boos and hisses and all that kind of stuff. Might be a bit disappointing if you're from a more Southern European nation, or somebody is more volatile and more expressive in your opinions. You might think, oh no, we wished for something much more melodramatic. But no, you're going to get, this is a hypothetical card. I very much doubt we'll test it, though. I very much doubt that the Harkles would ever walk out on the stage. We might actually get her walking out on the stage at some point. Just a speculation. Interesting that came up. It's not what I was expecting, but one of the reasons why we do these readings and check the energy is that it shows us things that we don't necessarily expect or ask to see, but the universe thinks it's important that we see it. So that is the card that has come up as the answer to my question, my hypothetical question. And then the outcome. Are the Harkles going to be there on the stage or in the audience? Are we going to see them there? Is their wish going to be granted? 10 of Cups. I get this card again and again on the surface of it. It's yes, absolutely. It's happy, happy, happy card of a family united, a royal family united. I don't think on the stage, but I think that we might have some kind of appearance from the Harkles there to show family unity on the day. If they decide to show up, there may be some appearance. There's the woman, there are the two children. Or we might get, it's hard to read this card. I have to say it's always a hard card to read because it says something on the surface that isn't authentic. That might just be a little bit too perfect, a little bit too happy. So we might get some sort of family pictures released from Archie's birthday or something like that that tries to overshadow the actual event. I'm getting a hell no here of are the royals up for allowing the Parkles to present the concert? No. Star in reverse, absolutely not. So my question, how the crowd will respond, is a hypothetical. They would be more inclined to want Catherine there. Are we going to see the Parkles at the concert, either on the stage or in the crowd? There is a possibility that they might make a brief appearance at some strategic moment with the two children. She might show up, but there is also a possibility that she is going to show up on social media with a picture of children at a birthday party. Can you clarify? Let's see if the universe wants to clarify that card for us. What does that 10 of Cups mean? Can you give us some more insight to that 10 of Cups, please? Because it is not entirely, oops, no, we're not going to take all those. It is a little bit vague to me, and possibly vague. We're going to have to shuffle through them, or something's come out. A little bit vague because it's undecided. And we've got Ace of Swords, which is clarity, which is a bold move. I'm inclined to think that we're going to get a bold social media move with that Ace of Swords that has chosen to come out. It says change, success, change, decisions, action. It's very bold. It's bold, very clear statement of intent with that Ace of Swords. So it might be something that comes out of the blue that's a bit shocking, that is very much focused at stealing thunder. That is my interpretation of the energy. And as I say, this energy is volatile, and the dog is having another moment. And it hasn't settled yet. I don't think it has settled. That is definite. That intention is definite. And remember our 8 of Pentacles as the underlying energy. You didn't put in the effort, so you don't get the reward. That is the reading. A little bit cryptic towards the end there. We're going to keep reading on this. I think we're 7 weeks out now. And as far as I know, they have to decide pretty soon whether they are going to be there or not. How many are going to be there, but we know that they are not going to be in one of those carriages leaving Westminster Abbey after the coronation ceremony itself. So that seems to be pretty clear. That's the first reading. I'm going to hop on to the next one, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you over there.